All right. Well, we're glad everybody is joining us this evening. We're kicking off our elevation call. It's 7 o'clock, and right now everyone's muted, but my name is Lisa Bell Henson, my husband Hal. We're presidential ambassadors with Zalise, and we just want to say thank you guys so much for joining. Some of you guys join us every single Sunday. Some of you guys are brand new, and some of you guys are kind of returning from a little bit of a hiatus, which is one of the great things about a home-based business is you can plug in and you can unplug at will. And one of the best times to plug in is when there are new products and when there are new markets opening. And with Zalise right now, there's both. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'm just looking at your skin. It looks really good. I'm serious. I'm like looking right here at your eyes when you're talking.
Hal is looking at my skin, and we're looking at everyone's skin that we can see your camera.
I'm not playing. I'm not just saying that. I'm really not. No, I'm looking at your eyes from the side with that light.
And it looks better.
It really does.
I've been shade.
Anyway.
Anyway, you guys, we're super excited. Most of you guys who've been on this call know that this is our weekly training once a week on Sunday evenings at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We just get together as a team. We kind of, it's our hour of power, if you will. Tomorrow night's Freedom Call is Stephen Thompson, our CEO's hour of power. But this is really where we can connect with those people who are working in the field, those people who are learning. This is not a business that we are really born knowing how to do. And it's not a business that you can ever do by yourself. We're going to talk more about that. But what's exciting right now is to hear a little bit about the reveals that are going on day 1, day 5, with regard to our new product, our new skincare cannabinoid product called Lorena. So I'd love just to hear just a few of you guys talking about what you're excited about. Just unmute and shout it out. Linda Ferguson.
You expected me to shout out and I didn't, see.
I know, so I called on you.
She's letting somebody else go first.
No, guys, I mean, I think we can look around. If you're on these Facebook pages and groups, you can see that there's a lot happening. And just, I think all you have to do is put yourself out there, be vulnerable, like I suggested. And I've never been more excited about my face. I'm 60 years old. And, you know, I was so surprised at what my face looked like under the lights when we first did our before. It really revealed a lot to me, and the dark circles and the discoloration. And, you know, it looked like I had a palette that was, you know, all over the place. And just in 5 days, guys, I think the hyaluronic acid booster really created the plumpness that I've lost in my face. And, I'm just really excited. I'm excited for everybody. Everybody is going to benefit from this. Everybody.
Even the guys, yeah, especially.
And he's like, it's so good.
Well, Linda, you did a great job with your day 5 picture, your before and after. And Jim has not revealed his yet, but he is secretly.
Day 7.
Well, I'm going to do day 7.
Okay. Well, Jim, I could tell a big difference just in the few days that you had been, you know.
Give him a close up, honey.
What was that, Linda?
I said, give him a close up, honey.
I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeMille. Yeah.
And how do you guys like the feel of it? Tell me just kind of what
it's soft,
yeah.
You know, like a baby's behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let somebody else talk, but we are so thrilled. Everybody's having a great time.
Well, it looks really smooth, Jim, even just from here. So we might not be able to stand him if he gets any more handsome. So that cowboy, we gotta make sure that keep a bodyguard on him, Linda. Anybody else would like to share about their results with Lorena? Darcy.
I will. I'm 64, and I know that I'm beginning to look like the 39 I've been stuck at for years.
There you go, Darcy.
Hey, I love this stuff. It feels so good, and I can't wait for the body lotion, which you know is going to come at some point.
So at what point, Darcy, at what point did you notice that this is different than any skincare?
Oh my goodness. Within 2 days. So I'm on day 4. I'm on day 4 right now.
And what do you notice?
Well, the little lines around my eyes, and I've always had deep creases in my forehead, and even those are lightening up. So yeah, I'm loving, and the lip balm, you know, most of that, it gets so gaumy and yucky, and this stuff I love, especially being out in the sun and stuff, because I'm a sun worshiper. So it might be part of the problem, but all's good.
You look great, Darcy. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share about Liché?
I will.
Yeah, Jenny
You
taught.
know, I tell you, I really, the very first night that I used the cleanser, I just couldn't believe how my face felt. It just was different. It was a great feeling, clean. I don't know. I said, oh my gosh, I can tell the difference in this just by using the cleanser. But I, like Darcy, we're only on our 3rd day, and I see results on my forehead. You know, I have wrinkles across that forehead, and I think my eyes are getting better too. So I just love it. I just love the way it feels. The moisturizer, everything. It's just awesome. And I can now do it without having to refer to the sheet. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I even know how the number of drops I need. I've got all that down, so I'm ready to push forward. And it's been really a lot of fun watching Steve do his skincare treatment. He put the cleanser on his hands, and rather than to keep it in the palm of his hands, he started doing this. You're washing your hands at the sink. I'm going, no, you're wasting it. No. So we've had a lot of fun with that. And I've had to almost hide the bottle of Jergens lotion, because his philosophy is, if a little bit is good, a whole lot is 10 times better. So I've had to just hide that Jergens and say, do not put that on your face. This is all you're putting on your face. So we're having a lot of fun with this, you know, and looking good, looking better at the same time. So, you know, it's a lot of fun.
How old are you, Jenny? Do you mind telling us your age?
30. I'm Darcy's age, 39. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lisa.
Angela.
Okay, I am in love with the roller ball, the eye roller. I'm going to buy a bunch of them, stick them in my purse so I can show them and sell them, because I think if you didn't use anything else with that, it's great.
Angela, your skin, I can already tell the difference too.
Can you?
The roller ball. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, usually
It's plumper. But I noticed a difference the next morning after I'd done it the first day. I could tell. It's like Hal said, when I kept feeling it, and I could feel a little bit of plumpness that wasn't there before. I'm really going to focus on this area here and this. I've taken every shot that you can possibly imagine on my face, and it's really kind of scary. But, you know, I'm 84, and I've earned every wrinkle I've got here. I just don't want to continue to get more.
Angela, you look great. Thank you for sharing that.
I got to input. This is, Ed.
Hey, Ed. Yeah, go ahead.
My 93-year-old mom told me today she wanted to start the treatments.
That is awesome.
So I'm going to do the before shots tomorrow and then put her on it.
That's
Fantastic.
great.
I've been doing it for 4 days, so I guess
Your skin looks really
It does
good.
look good. It has a good color.
You know,
about it.
honestly, I love that our guys are using this program, because I think that's really a market that most guys, if they see a value, they're willing to spend money on.
So for those of you guys who've used this product for at least a couple of days, for me, I genuinely actually look forward to doing it. And it's not just because it's the business. I mean, I really like the way it feels. Now, I'm going to tell you, that is really weird for me to say. It just feels weird to say, but I actually look forward to doing this. It has a lot of the side benefits, obviously, because it's a part of our business, being a product of the business, you know, but nonetheless, anyway, how many of y'all feel that way?
That you look forward to actually.
Some of you guys, men.
Guys. Oh, I'm looking forward to what's his name using it.
Yeah.
He said tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Yep.
Gene, we're going to hold you to it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start it tomorrow.
Oh, but I still have to take his before and after pictures. But I did have 2 questions. One, I left the cleanser on my face for approximately 5 minutes.
Oh.
So is there because I could feel 2 minutes, because I could feel it and it felt really good. So I didn't want to take it off.
Yeah.
And then smooth afterwards. What was the other question I had? I can't remember it. So
We'll check in afterwards.
Sounds good. I'll write it down.
You guys,
Hey, Lorena?
yeah, go ahead, Linda.
Lorena, I tell you what, I did the same thing, maybe not that long, but you can take your fingers and rub it in your eye. I mean, literally take it across your eyes and you get no stinging, no burning. You don't even sense it at all. So there's no surfactants or anything in this product.
pH is good.
The pH is good. Everything is good. I mean, you literally open your eyes, put it on your eyelids, and it doesn't hurt.
The cleanser you're talking about.
The cleanser.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And I don't have the moisturizer yet, but I can't imagine what the difference would be there. That may have been, Zach and he like, wow, I'm going to be crazy.
So for just kind of a summary, for those of you who are really not sure what we're talking about, Liché is the cannabinoid-based CBD, CBG, and CBC skincare system that Zalise just launched. And the science is just very similar to the science of the internal receptors, but the skin has its own set of endocannabinoid receptors. And whereas, most people have used something on their face, whether it's Pond's or Noxzema or a real skincare system, what no skincare system has been able to do before is activate these receptors. And that's what really creates such fast results. It's really been mind-boggling to see exactly how this works. And so, the beauty is that people can really see it, even when you're using it on your whole face, which, is what we've been doing since the beginning. Hal just did a Facebook Live, actually took my phone without my knowledge and did a Facebook Live and did a great job on it. But the comments that we got were like, Hal looks 10 years younger. So if you just get yourself out there, make sure that you get in front of people either on social media or just in real life. And I think people will really see a difference in your skin. So that's kind of what all the rage is. It's a five-step skincare system ending with the lip balm. And so if you are unfamiliar with it, then we'll definitely hook you up with all the information that you want, but we are enjoying it a lot.
Yeah. So ready to move on? So
let's talk a little bit.
So we'll get back to some of this here in a few minutes, but let's do our normal elevation call and a couple of things. Let's just start off with, I want to recognize Shelley and Mark Johnstone, who are actually traveling right now, but Shelley they're number 13 on the leaderboard from here in Northwest Arkansas, which I will tell you right now, internationally, with the opening up of Latin America, there's just been a huge explosion all over Latin America with people who have been building up probably to open up Latin America. So the leaderboard is full of people from Latin America. So for anyone from our team who hits that leaderboard here this last month, it's a significant thing to be on the international, literally global leaderboard. So I want to recognize Shelley. And then let's talk for just a minute about what we do on this elevation call to remind everyone the purpose of the call, why we call it this, but especially our new people. So like Lisa mentioned, on Sunday nights, we pull our team together on Zoom. This started 3.5 years ago when Lisa started building a team in Evansville, Indiana. And a few, just very few, but a few of the people on this call right now were in Evansville with her, and they just met at her condo on Sunday night, and she just did a little training. She was plugged in with Eva, her mentor, upline, and then she would share that with that group. Well, as the team began to expand into any other states, other cities and other states, they moved that to a conference call on the phone on Sunday nights, but it was steady. They called it the Jeep call. And the reason for that is everybody was trying to earn the Jeep. And so, that was the goal, and it still is a goal with Zalise. It's one of the early goals to earn that area ambassador rank where the company pays for a Jeep for you. And so then about 2 years ago now, was it 2 years? 19 when we jumped to Zoom?
Yeah.
So anyway, we jumped to Zoom in January of 19 and started doing training, a year before COVID hit. But we started doing our Jeep call on Sunday nights, and then had more and more people from all over the country trying to really learn how to build this business. And then over the last several months, we changed the name to Elevation Call because even though we're still trying to earn rank of area ambassador, earn that Jeep and move on from there to regional and national and higher ranks like presidential and diamond, we just felt like Elevation was a better name for this call. Elevate your mindset, elevate your understanding, elevate your commitment, elevate your leading your own team, elevate your action. And so it's not just about the Jeep, even though that's a part of it. So what we want to remind everyone is this: the basic structure of building a team is that you enroll, once you get started to build a business, you become a user of the products as much as you can. You get on auto ship of 100 BV. And tonight we're talking about Lachey, which is something that you can add to that order each month. But nonetheless, 100 BV. And then you begin to share this with other people. You can do it quickly or slowly. And what we have found is that those who do it quickly, that sharing with others and with more people, their team begins to build and they actually begin to earn income, working toward that rank of area and above. But you need a person sponsored on your right and left. And those need to be business builders. Many of the people that we sponsor in this business are people who are just going to use product. But people who just use product and that's their intent, they're not going to get on this call tonight. They're not going to share with other people to the point that they will build income. And so what you're looking for, if you want to build a business and income, is you have to find people who are also going to build the business. And so once you've sponsored people on your right and your left, you become an associate, they're on auto ship, and then you help them do the same. That's the whole idea of this. It's just the very bare bones basics, but you become an associate by sponsoring right and left and then help them do the same. And that's a big part of what we do.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons that we're really passionate about this call, and I had the opportunity to meet a couple of our newer ambassadors, and we're going to kind of let them have a little bit of a spotlight tonight, because tonight's call, I really wanted it to be about the value and the responsibility that we all have when we share this business with someone and they join us. And part of my passion lies in the fact that I have 13 years of experience in this type of business with a different company. And that was a very mixed experience for me. Most of it very painful, because I was brought in by a person who ultimately quit the business very, very soon. They brought me in like there was this big wellness team being formed. I was excited about this nutritional product and very hungry to learn. I had a traditional nursing background. I didn't know anything about building a network marketing business. And so I was a little bit of a prima donna. I had a pharmaceutical background as well. So I'm like, where's the free shrimp in our training? And I realized that I had to pay all my own expenses. Those were business expenses, including flights to Utah where the company was based.
So can I stop you for a minute?
Yeah.
So, because I've heard you talk about this. So the company that you worked for in the pharmaceutical industry, they would pay for your trips. They were paying you a salary. They'd send you all over the country, fancy places. They kept paying you whether you really performed or not.
Right.
Even though I'm sure you did really good and performed for them. But when you got into the network marketing business, you showed up at a meeting and what? They didn't even have water for you.
There were no breaks. There was no food.
So it's not the same as being in corporate America, because now it's on you to make it happen for you. Right. Okay.
So I did not have that mindset. And yet I had real product results. And that's really kind of what kept me in the game. And I remember I would just call the 1-800 number because I did not have leadership. I didn't know my sponsor's sponsor. I didn't know my upline, as we call that. We call that our leadership. And so I literally was like an orphan in this business for years. And so when I finally did bump into the person 4 levels up, and it was a little bit too late. I felt like I had a very negative experience that I was able to overcome later just because of the product results. And I saw that it was working in other people. But when I joined this business, I thought, you know what, that is not going to happen to the people that join my organization. And that's one of the reasons that this elevation call happened, is because by gosh, come hook or come crook, I want to make sure that everyone who wants to know how to do this business understands that it's not intuitive and that you have to have a mentor in order to make it work.
But at the same time, we're here, and your team leaders, those that sponsored you, if the people who sponsored you or the people that sponsored them who sponsored you are building the business, like on this call, they're plugged into the leadership, the Freedom Call with Stephen Thompson, and they're building and they're reaching out and they want to help you, and they demonstrate that they want to help you. Plug into them, and that's what we offer people over and over again. But I will say this. And I heard Jenny Lusby say it again Saturday on her training. Here's what Jenny Lusby, the Black Diamond, our top leader in our whole team, Jenny said, guys, we're going to train you. We're going to help you. But really, your sponsor's only role is basically to get you started and to show you your back office. After that, it's your business.
Right.
You have to learn how to do this. You have to learn how to show you these products and things to other people, not by yourself, not doing it your way, but you have to reach up to them and learn from them. And so it is both plug in, but the point tonight is that though it is your responsibility to build your business, part of that is to reach up and find people in your organization, because everyone on this call and everyone you sponsor has people above you who will help you build your business if you will reach up to them.
And so I have two stories, and I want to introduce you to some new friends, because I want to bring Susan Ferry to the line first. Susan, if you can unmute yourself, I want to bring you to the line and tell a little bit about how we met. But I don't know if it's been a whole year or not, but it's at least how many months
during
ago?
COVID. It hasn't been a year.
Hasn't been a year. So we were introduced to a really, really sharp nurse. And you guys have met him before, Michael. Really met him in a very unusual way. I didn't know him first, lived in Philadelphia, and he had a bad experience with direct selling. And yet years ago, yet he was intrigued by the product, and we were able to introduce him to the product. And it's such a fun story because Michael was very skeptical, had a bad experience. It really almost felt like heartbreaking experience with direct selling. And so he wasn't really looking to jump back into it, but he was very intrigued with the product results. And because of that, we just kept taking one slow step at a time. He actually ordered off my website, did not want me to enroll him. Then he ended up letting me enroll him as a wholesale customer. Then, one thing led to the other. We had a lot of interactions and interchanges. And to make a very long story short, Michael ultimately did join us in the business. He's just been a dear friend, as well as somebody who is really, very smart. He works full time in nursing. But one of the biggest compliments to us has been the fact that he finally said, I want you to meet the woman who is my significant other, Susan. And so I want you to come to the line. I want you just to kind of tell your Zalise story for us, if you would.
So, hi, everyone. I'm Susan. I'm the Mysterious Mike's partner. As he was going through his, I would say his evolution with accepting the possibility of this business, he would always come to me and he would summarize and say, well, what do you think? And I always said, if you think you can do this, hey, why not? Like, just give it a shot. Why not? And he had a good response with the product. He was really pleased about that. And it's almost like he didn't dare to hope that this could really be something big. And so I think the dominoes have fallen. And he asked me to come on. And I think it has a lot to do with the way we balance each other. And I think that we can both bring something really good together. He has all the science, all the knowledge, all the experience. He's got a lot of contacts, a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances, work colleagues. And he asked me, he said, I'm just going to sign you up to get the product. I'll just sign you up. I think it's Stimulus or Bronze. And I said, hey, what if we can be one of those people that this really works out for, and this really takes off. What if, because people do succeed, what if we're going to be one of those people to succeed? And, you know, why don't we take a chance? When you think about, I'm a respiratory therapist, and I've been working since, I hate to say, I guess 1981. But before that, I was an employee, right? I've always been an employee. And I started thinking about this business model, and I thought, well, you know, you could be on the line making widgets, and widgets are always going to just be the cost of a widget. And you can move up and work up. And I've been working in hospitals for 40 years. And I think this is just an opportunity to just kind of cut the shackles off. And we're going to give it a really good shot. So I think the combination of Michael and I working together, I don't want to say good cop, bad cop, but I just feel like kind of friendly touch and serious touch. I think we can really make this work. So we're going to give it a shot.
Well, awesome, Susan. I just, I love when you told me a little bit about your Zulisse story, like in terms of ultracell. Tell us a little bit about how the product has worked for you, the internal product.
So I guess it was 2018. I was in the hospital with diverticulitis, and I think I was in the hospital for 10 days. And it was December 28th to, I think, 10 days after that, middle of the first week of January. And it was a really tough experience. I tried doing, modifying my diet, going vegetarian. Nothing worked, cutting out seeds, cutting out, all of the things that you're supposed to cut out. I got, eventually with like elimination diets and watching what I eat. I put on weight. I got tired. I'm eating a low residue diet all the time and being very careful. Next winter comes along, day after Christmas, back in the hospital, diverticulitis again. This time was a shorter bout because I recognized it sooner and started doing all the same things, eating very carefully. And we were coming up on the winter. I guess it was maybe during the summer. And Mike said, what are we going to do? He said, this is every Christmas, every winter. And we read a study and found that winter months tend to have higher rates of diverticulitis. So we really decided we were going to go into this winter planning for it not to happen. So working out, eating healthy, and I threw the Zulisse on top of it. And here it is, January. And I have to say, not only was I not in the hospital, but this is something that I mentioned to Lisa and I mentioned to Mike too, is that when you take a pharmaceutical, you feel the effect in 20 minutes and it's treating your symptoms. But wellness, I feel like I have wellness now, and that doesn't come the same way. So it's very subtle. And, Mike would say, well, do you feel anything yet? Do you feel anything yet? And here I am now in January, and I have to say, I absolutely don't feel anything. And that's the blessing. Because even when I wasn't in the hospital and I was eating carefully, I had that kind of stomach that, it was always just kind of there, a little bit of discomfort or a little bit of quadrant discomfort. And I feel like now I don't have that. I can absolutely say that this is helping me, and I'm just very excited.
Susan, that's a great story. Tell me, are you taking the CBD and the CBG, or just?
I'm taking the CBD and the CBJ, and I have to tell you, I don't know if Dream has any kind of anti-inflammatory or synergistic effect, but I can't live without my Dream. And that's actually how it started, because I'm a terrible sleeper. I used to work night shift, and I feel like 12 years of night shift kind of trained me to not sleep, to learn how to not sleep. And that's as you get older, you lose your melatonin and can't sleep. And I guess Dream was my gateway product, because Mike said, why don't you try this to see if it'll help you sleep? And now when I'm I check the bottle all the time. And I'm like, I think I need my, we have to order my Dream again. Like, I can't go without it. I just won't. And
have you tried Ultra R&R yet?
I have not yet.
Okay.
Mike's getting ready to try that. So I'm going to try that too.
Well, that's an awesome story. And to me, the best part has been that Michael has stayed connected to us. And when you joined his team, first thing we did is have a mentoring session. And because you're like, remember what you always said is, what if? When I asked you what your goal was, you said, what if it could happen to us? And I'm here to tell you that it can happen, not just for you guys, but for everyone on this call. And so it was very inspirational that you're doing this right. We're going to be meeting every single week, helping you guys move forward on this. And we're super excited to have you on our Zalise team. But it's the biggest compliment that Mike brought in the person he loved the most first. So we're glad to have you on board, Susan. You guys give her a Zoom wave.
So here's my comment about Lisa. So we directly sponsored Mike Litt, okay? And Mike didn't do anything. I mean, he took products and was real quiet. We're talking weeks and months. As a matter of fact, he was still very skeptical, wasn't a lot of communication. But Lisa especially would just stay in touch a little bit. How you doing on a product? Let me invite you to this. If you want to know more, send him information. And so she built a relationship with him as a product taker who potentially wanted to build the business, but was very skeptical and resistant. But because he had indicated a small desire to build, she stayed with him because we sponsored Mike Litt. Our responsibility was to him. He had no responsibility to us, none, zero. But Lisa, because we take on the responsibility when we sponsor people, whether it's a product taker or someone who says, I want to build the business. And so here we are months and months later, just met Susan in the last week, and she's a joy. And Mike would always talk about her and actually in large part got on the products for her. But it took months of that relationship building to even get to meet her. And now we're enjoying them together. Point is, to the point that Lisa's making, when you're building a business that is a relationship-based business, when we enroll people, we need to take it seriously. And it's our responsibility to help those people get everything out of this that they desire to get out of it. And so anyway, that's that.
Very true. And one of the questions we asked is just, what is your goal? How fast do you want to build it? And so that's the next thing, Susan. We're going to watch you succeed in this business just as you have everything else in life. So thank you for being willing to be on here. And we'll tell Michael that you did an awesome job.
Nothing like jumping right in with all head first.
Head first. Absolutely.
Why not? Right?
No fear. I always say to Mike, is, yeah, I'll try that, or I'll do this, or, what's the worst that can happen? Like, why not? As you said. And I said to him today, I said, well, as far as I know, they still don't have the death penalty for saying something stupid in a meeting or asking a silly question. So,
you knocked it out of the park, girl. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We look forward to working with you.
Me too, with everybody.
Thank you. And so, you guys, I just wanted to bring Susan on just because it's an example of somebody that we were working with very closely who really kind of did the right thing. Is when he got to that point that he was going to bring somebody into the business, that he made sure that we made that connection, that we're going to be able to help move Susan forward, because you can't take someone where you haven't been yet. And if her goal is to be area ambassador, she needs to work with somebody who's hit that rank before. And so that's kind of where the point is. The other person I want to introduce you guys to is somebody that is fairly new to me, but not fairly new to Zalise. And her name is Mary Beth. Mary Beth, and I want you to come to the line, and I would love for you to share with everyone a little bit about your Zalise story and when that started.
The
product story.
Am I on?
You are on. Fire away. How do you pronounce your last name, Mary Beth?
It's Meidel.
Meidel. Okay.
So think about middle. There's 2 D's. The 1 D makes it an I.
Okay.
So
I didn't want to make that mistake, so I'm glad you said it. Meidel. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your Zalise story and when that started.
I got into Zalise some years back when it just first started in Evansville, and I came in with a friend of mine who got me connected. I started out, I am not a salesman. There's no salesman in me. I'm a retired master's degree social worker, and my whole life, my talent has been helping others and pulling out in others what is good in them. And so when I got into it very, very early in Evansville, I got very excited about it, started talking to people about it, and got hit with well, I can get CBD oil anywhere, and it's a lot cheaper than what you're selling. I can get Ultracell online for half of what you're selling it. I can, I don't believe that there's any difference in full spectrum. I mean, I got the whole 9 yards of people just beating me down. And I got very discouraged very easily. Very, very, well, no, I can't say I got discouraged very easily. I got discouraged. It was rough. And so I decided right there and then my best bet would be just keep using it. I believe in it and I use it. But my big deal was I didn't stay with the new stuff. I am using the basic Ultracell. I will use it the rest of my life. I love it. And that won't change. But golly, when I talked to Lisa this morning and I found out all this new stuff that's out there that I know nothing about, that I have not bothered to keep up with, it's just like mind-boggling. And okay, my daughter, Kaylin, that has joined, she started out just getting free bottles of it from us and trying it. And it has worked wonders for her. So she has decided that she's joining the business. And because I haven't kept up on anything, I was not able to help her. So we're bringing her into the business. I would like to relearn along with her. She needs lots and lots of help. She's the go-getter. She's the one that's going to do really, really well in this business. And I'm not sure I ever will do much better than what I am, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Awesome, Mary Beth. Well, the thing that was so interesting is I found a new report. And if you guys haven't found this in the back office, you can actually look and see who in your organization has brought in at least 2 people in the last 30 days with ProCloud. And so I saw Mary Beth's name and I reached out to her. Well, at the same time, Angela Noble was starting to work with your daughter. And that is an amazing story. So you have had great results with Ultracell, Mary Beth. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about your results with Ultracell.
My biggest thing with Ultracell is I can't say that I really have been sick in years. My immune system is it's just phenomenal. I get a little bit of an allergy once in a while. I don't get colds anymore. I don't get sinuses anymore. I guess I can say this to you nice people, but I like to have a few glasses of wine with friends every once in a while. And I don't get hangovers or anything anymore. I mean, I love this product and what it's done for my immune system. In 2013, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it came back in 2015, and I took care of it. And, I don't even think about that anymore. I don't even worry about cancer anymore. I mean, when you don't even get sick, I'm not going to get sick anymore.
So how did Kaylin then decided she wanted to join the business? Or did you introduce her just to the product? And
I introduced her to the product. She decided she wanted to do something with it, and she wants to make some money, and she wants to get her friends in it, and she wants to spread it.
Well, here's the crazy thing. So as I was trying to investigate who Kaylin was, I realized that she'd already signed up 3 people. And so I was like, who's Kaylin? And
who is this person?
Can we bring her to the line? Kaylin, are you there? Can you unmute?
Yeah. Hi, guys.
There she is.
Oh, well, looky there. A brand new person we've never met before.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about what makes you so amazing that you were able to enroll yourself and then without really any help from any of us, enroll 3 other people?
Well, you know, honestly, my cousin in Georgia, she got involved in selling some CBD, and she asked me to be on a Zoom call with her. And so I just listened in. I knew that I already used Ultracell. I already have my own product that I really love to use, and I've used for a little over a year, but I listened in, and it motivated me. I was like, I want to get in this. I want to do this for myself too, but I want to do it with the product that I already use and that I believe in. So I reached out to my mom, and I was like, hey, I think I want to sign up. You know, my friends already use CBD and hemp that they just buy off the shelf or at nutrition food centers. And I'd really like to introduce this product to my friends. I want to be their way to have it, give them access to it. So I signed up. I've called the 1-800 number 4 times and emailed them once in the last week with questions. I've researched, got on the resource page, watched videos, read, and nonstop have been doing my research on the Zlease website for the last week to try to get as much information as I can. So I first signed up my husband. One of my friends I told her I was thinking about doing this, and she already knew she wanted to buy some products. So she waited for me to sign up. I signed her up. And then I have another friend that, just talking about it on social media, she commented, hey, I want some of this, signed her up. So I'm trying to figure things out on my own. I'm happy to be involved with you guys so I can get a little bit more guidance and have some support to hopefully be successful, make a little money on the side with this. So I'm excited.
Well, girl, you
keep this up, you're making big money on the side.
You are a fresh air. And look at your Be Happy. That's the perfect hemp shirt that you're wearing.
So, this is 2 things. One, someone can sign themselves up. Someone can get going, can sign up a few people, but you also, so you've done that, but you've also plugged in, like your mom, you guys have plugged into this call tonight. It's your first time to be on our leadership call, our training, but you're here. And so really for anyone like your friends or anyone else who might want to build the business like you, the next step for them is to get them plugged in. And so that goes back to our point that not everybody has your go-getter personality, because you might find someone like your mom who is not going to be the go-getter that you are, but you still have to kind of help that person come along. And so, it's a great start for you guys, a restart for Mary Beth, yeah. Right? Okay. And, this is fun. This is exciting. We hope it's encouraging to our whole team, having all these newbies on tonight.
You are a breath of fresh air. You really are. And we're, it's the ultimate joy to do this business with the people that you love the most. And so even though your mom, wasn't really the one who was kind of pushing you to do this, I see you as you're going to be a powerhouse, and there's just no limit to what you can accomplish because of what you've done without really any help so far.
But don't keep doing it by yourself. You got to get.
Oh no, I want some help.
Okay, so we're gonna make sure that you have my number. You've got Angela Noble's number. You're gonna have all of our number, and we want to meet this week, just as we did with Susan, so that we can map out, what is your goals, where do you want to be and how fast do you want to do it.
So here's what's really cool is that we have a number of our leaders, areas, some regional who do this kind of work with their teams. And we're not going to name all those people, but they definitely do. And so for those of you who are not yet area, think about, how exciting this is. A part is not just earning Jeep, but it's helping other people do that. And so for those of you who have not yet hit the area rank, imagine yourself, dream the dream of you having the call that we're getting to have tonight. With these new people, meeting new people, the excitement with them, how fresh that is. But you have to see yourself as being the giver of this. You have to see yourself as the one who dreams the dream of helping others, not just one person here and there, but building a team of people that you get to help. And so, we want you to have the same vision. We want you to have the same impact, really that we're having. Mostly Lisa has, because she's so good at this. But anyway,
it's a moral obligation, and that's what's beautiful is that we have built a team enough. In fact, I think you've been communicating with Angela Noble, who's on this call, and that's the best part, is for somebody like Angela, who made this decision 3 years ago to join this team, to find somebody like you.
That you enrolled?
She was.
Yeah.
She was my first, what I call drug deal, because I literally drug her into this business, kicking and screaming.
At that time, 81 years of age.
Yeah. So the best part is when in your organization, somebody like Kaylin rises up and says, by gosh, I'm going to do this. This is a platform that you can achieve every single one of your goals. For us, it was really, it was my son, Kaylin, who inspired me. He had brain health issues that really pharmaceuticals could not solve his problems. And he, in 3 days, had a great result. And so we together were going to do this with or without anyone else. But you can take this to your generation, and you can do it with your mom and the rest of our team. And we're going to be inspired by your work ethic. So Zoom wave for Kaylin, guys. Let's give it up for her. Thank you for being on tonight, girl. Thank you for showing up. All right. So let's, I wanted to talk a little bit how, did you want to talk?
Yeah, so many of you saw the Facebook Live that I did on Lisa's Facebook Live account yesterday morning. I don't do that myself. It's not who I have been. I may get into Facebook on my own someday. But Lisa uses that as a tool for a lot of things. But yesterday I snuck away, got her phone, and did a Facebook Live about Lachey, and about really did it for the guys. If you haven't seen it, if you're on her Facebook, if you're a friend of hers on Facebook, and again, this is her personal, not her business one. But really what I was doing was saying, guys, get this for your wife for Valentine's Day. Order it now before the end of the month, and you can get a trip. If you get enough of it, you can get a trip to the beach and surprise your significant other with looking better yourself, and then get them some product too. Anyway, here's my point. It wasn't about doing the Facebook Live so much, even though I think it's great to do that. I kept it, my goal was to keep it under 10, and I made it at 6 minutes, which is great. I just believe it needs to be short. But we're at a new day with Zalise. For those of you who have been in a while, we're truly at a new day. Even Stephen Thompson, the CEO and founder of Zalise, I really believe that how good the quality and the impact that Lachey is making immediately with people is shocking even Stephen. And so it's an opportunity for all of us to really dig in, take advantage of this now while we have it. And we're not doing away with ultracell. We're not doing away with CBG. We're not doing away with the internal cannabinoids. But this is a double path that you can follow that doesn't have to be confusing at all. They blend together well. As a matter of fact, I think having these two pieces, the internal and the external, almost allows us to make it even more simple. We have a system that's in our body and out and on our body that we need to nourish. Mm. We can do it with ultracell for the inside and Lachey for the outside. It's life-changing both internally and externally. Which path or both do you want to take?
Right.
And it's that simple. And so for me, I've not been in the nutrition or skincare business ever in my life until I started doing Zalise. And working this, but I truly am as excited about Lachey and Zalise now, more so than I've been in quite a while because of this. So anyway.
Because you look so young.
Well, it's not because of that. It's because, you know what? Here's really what it's about. I will tell you what it's about. It's not because I do feel like my face looks maybe a little younger. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for those. I genuinely am excited for the people who have been hanging in here and have not broken through financially, not hit that winning run. I'm excited for you because this is a fresh, new opportunity right now that if you will take it and you will act in faith and you will move forward and you will do the things that you weren't willing to do before, if we're all honest with ourselves, I'm excited for you because I believe it can be that which you have wanted it to be. And we're in a new day with Zalise because of Lachey. That's honestly what I'm most excited about. I'm excited for you guys and for the people that you bring on board.
Absolutely. And I want to bring Linda Ferguson to the line to hear what you are excited about, Linda.
Well, thank you guys. We have a new ambassador that is on tonight. Her name is Stacy Cathlanet Brown, and she comes by way of West Palm Beach, Florida, Dallas, Texas, and Pennsylvania, where she's presently working. Hey, Stacy, are you on the call? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, hello.
There she is.
Hi,
Hey,
Stacy. And Stacy has a really unique background. Stacy, tell us where you're working right now, what you're doing.
I work on a hemp farm where we process and we pluck and process the hemp.
Yeah. And so through Gerald Hearns, who's a new personal ambassador, she was enrolled, and this is cousin.
Sister.
That's my brother.
That's right. It's your brother. That's
Gerald,
right. And you're talking to your cousins.
See, I pay attention.
and you're talking to your cousins. That's right.
Yeah,
and but Stacy, you know, you enrolled 2 people your very first day that you saw the presentation, and so she's working towards ranking and associate. Stacy, I know that you've had some health issues that you've been concerned about. What do you want to get the most out of Zalise? What do you see for yourself? We've had some great talks.
What I see for myself with Zalise is to the world, it's a new technology, but it's not new to me. And so I can only see it getting better because when there's always new technologies and stuff people don't know, when you add that to something that's already great, it makes it better.
Yeah.
And I have something to bring to the table.
That's
so
awesome.
You're excited about the skincare. You're excited about the drops. You're just excited about getting started, aren't you?
Yep, because I know it starts from the inside to the out.
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's
great. Well, congratulations, Stacy.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Welcome to Zalise.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else have anyone that they would like to introduce? Anybody that's new to the call that we did not yet recognize?
There's a lot of names on here. I don't know.
I see Sebastian from Colombia is on the call tonight. Ted is on the call tonight. Welcome, Ted. And
Okay.
I'm going to have Hal just read something very inspirational. You want to tell him about the book that we're reading?
So, here's the book. I'm going to just hold it up, and look how thick it is. Look how thick that is. But we read a lot, and so this is the Optimist Creed, and this was written by the man who founded the Optimist Club. That has to do Optimist clubs in America, and I guess now it's gone international. I was in the Optimist Club when I was in high school. It's geared toward youth and giving youth an optimistic and service-oriented mindset toward themselves and their community. But there's some really rich things in what this man taught. I mean, like some of his language is incredible. And so I don't know how'd you discover this?
Well, I found the Creed.
You found the Optimist Creed,
The
which we
Optimist
love.
Creed, which is amazing.
And we read a lot now.
Google that, guys. If you have not looked at the Optimist Creed, like Christian Larson is the author. Look that up and just see if that doesn't resonate with you.
Yeah. So we read this every day. Lisa and I, we have a morning routine that we do. We both get up early. We read separately. We do our meditation. And I do my certain readings that I do. Lisa does hers. And then we come together either before we work out or after we work out, whatever it is, or walk. And I say, Lisa, read to me, please. I love to have her read to me. And so this is what she's reading right now. And she highlights it. And she said, would you please read with that which I read yesterday? And I'm like, I'd love to. So listen to these words, not just for inspiration, but it really fits probably where many of us are. So it take just a minute now, and with this, it says this: when there is anything you truly wish for, do not stand passively hoping that something may happen to make your wish come true. Go out and make that wish come true. Have the faith that you can. Believe in the power that God has given you, and God will give you more. Know that all the good in the universe lies in the path of him who has faith and who will use the power of faith to make his own faith come true. He who only hopes will see visions of good things, but will never reach them. Let me read that again. He who only hopes will see visions of good things, but will never reach them. But he who transforms his hope into faith and his faith into living works will reach every goal he has in view. To him, nothing shall be impossible, for God is with him. Anyway, that's that reading.
And that's for Kaylin, and that's for Susan and everybody
Stacey,
else
for
on
Gerald,
this call.
for Jim and Linda, for
Absolutely.
Shelley, for everybody.
That's making it happen. Because you guys, it's one thing to set goals, and this is within everyone's grasp. It absolutely is. So we hope that you feel encouraged. We've got an amazing tool with Lishay. We still have the amazing internal products, CBD, CBG, and the rest of the internal products. But the opportunity is, to me, what is most compelling right now. It's just the opportunity to create residual income and a platform that can be generational in nature. So I wanted to thank everybody for being on tonight.